You love the feeling of being renewed. To protect the things most precious to you. To stay beautiful every single day. To breathe just like we do, because you are truly delicate. Protecting the ones who've been with us through the years. With Sayalac Care, the only wood coating that truly protects you. Sayalac Wood Coatings from JAT.
Welcome to Lmd Newsweek. I'm Ashwini Vethakan and we start things off with a roundup of local news. We begin this week's news bulletin by extending a warning to the ladies out there, as the police spokesperson has disclosed that there has been an increase in chain snatching instances in the past few days. The perpetrators seem to be drawn to women walking on isolated roads or in poorly lit areas. We advise all of you to be wary of motorcyclists and pillion riders, and it is best to take precautionary measures to prevent yourself from becoming the next victim to such a calculated mugging. Taking a look at the COVID-19 situation in the island. As of this week, the total number of COVID-19 infected patients in Sri Lanka currently stands at 98,722, with the number of recoveries reaching 93,884, and the total number of deaths now stands at 634. And now we move on to a more heartfelt topic, as the Rotary Club of Colombo, with the support of its overseas partners and the Rotary Foundation, donated a Cobus 4800 HPV testing machine and 10,000 test kits to the Health Ministry to uplift local standards for the screening and early detection of cervical cancer. The handoff took place on 19th April. The Commissioner General of Examinations stated that the results of the 2020 A-level examinations will be released at the final week of April. In the meantime, the Universities Grants Commission has stated that relevant guidelines were given to local universities with regards to the proper way to manage hostels and conduct lectures, seminars and sport activities. The Cabinet of Ministers has given the green light to the proposal brought forward by the Minister of Education to establish town colleges and university colleges as higher education institutes that award degrees. The Minister of Plantation and co-cabinet spokesman is hopeful that the decision will lead to the creation of suitable job opportunities by enhancing the required skills in the production sectors of the relevant districts and for formulating legal provisions for this purpose. It seems the festive season was indeed in full swing, as the Minister of Highways said a record 349 million rupees was earned from the expressways over 11 days. In other words, around 1.2 million vehicles used the Colombo-Katunayake Expressway, Colombo Outer Circular Expressway and the Southern Expressway to visit their loved ones and share the joy of Aurudu. Moving on to business news, the Sri Lankan rupee witnessed a short-term appreciation as the buying rate of the US dollar dropped down to 187 rupees and 93 cents on 19th April, while the selling rate was reported to be 191 rupees and 97 cents, which is the first time that the rate fell below the 200 rupee mark since 15th March. The buying and selling rate of the US dollar as of 21st April, according to the central bank's daily exchange rates, stood at 195 rupees and 10 cents and 200 rupees and 90 cents respectively. The Central Bank of Sri Lanka has warned the public about the imminent threat posed by investments in cryptocurrencies to users as well as the economy in general, given the lack of regulatory safeguards in Sri Lanka. The central bank cited concerns regarding the absence of a regulatory or specific legal recourse in the event of any user or transaction-related issues or disputes, the volatility in the value of virtual currencies, and the likelihood of these currencies being used in violation of foreign exchange regulations. The central bank's data indicates that the debt-to-equity ratio, which was at 33% at the end of 2018, rose to 37% a year later and 42% by the end of last year, reflecting the pace at which low interest rates are enticing companies to borrow to reduce their overall cost of capital. while the ratio has declined over time from 5.5 times in 2018 to 3.3 times in 2019 to 2.6 times by the first half of 2020, projecting weakness based on the available data. The stronger earnings spell during the second half of last year and the expected recorded earnings in the first quarter of 2021 are expected to have strengthened the company's ability to service their borrowings more comfortably than earlier. According to preliminary data, while the overall asset quality in the banking sector improved sharply despite the worst predictions and pandemic-related headwinds, loans to the manufacturing sector reported the highest non-performing loans, or NPLs, compared to the other key sectors of the economy. The NPL ratio for the manufacturing sector was recorded at 8.7%, while the overall banking sector's NPL ratio stood at 4.7%. The Money, Capital Markets and Public Enterprise Reform State Minister recently mentioned that the government has explored the possibility of attracting investments to the Colombo Port City Economic Zone from Qatar and Oman, as well as intentions to do so from India in the near future. Discussions were held during his visit to Oman and Qatar as the special envoy of the Prime Minister. Here, the minister extended a warm invitation to the two countries to visit Sri Lanka to identify possible investments. The Board of Investments, the Ceylon Chamber of Commerce and the Colombo Stock Exchange are poised to host the Sri Lanka Investment Forum 2021 on a virtual platform from the 7th of June. Themed Sri Lanka, Asia's next growth haven, the forum is expected to showcase Sri Lanka's attractiveness as an investment destination through the exposition of a blend of mega projects, strategic investment initiatives, private equity opportunities, and portfolio investment propositions from listed companies. It seems like fashion designers are finding it difficult to keep up with the rapidly changing trends in the country, as challenges in sourcing raw materials have led to a slowdown in reacting to market demand. While boutique designer wear continues to gain popularity in the country, especially since an import ban was imposed on manufactured garments, import restrictions on raw materials such as fabric and accessories are adding to the woes of locally established fashion brands. We'll be back with the latest in global and sports news after a short break.
Thank you so much for all the support you gave me, guys.
Okay.
Today, I got promoted.
Those who spread goodness radiate happiness to everyone around them. Introducing LOLC Finance Credit Cards. Fuel the goodness in you.
Welcome back to the show, and here's the latest in global news. A 90-year-old woman residing in Hong Kong's most affluent neighborhood, The Peak, was scammed out of 250 million Hong Kong dollars by individuals posing as public security officials investigating a criminal case in China. Taking a look at the global COVID-19 numbers, as of this week, the number of globally infected COVID-19 patients currently stands at 145 million, with the number of recoveries reaching 123 million, and the number of deaths have now reached 3 million. Former Children's Commissioner for England Anne Longfield is taking legal action against TikTok for its alleged misuse of children's data, which is collected through the app. These allegations have been brought up on behalf of millions of children in the UK and EU who currently use the app. If proven guilty beyond reasonable doubt, the children affected could be each owed thousands of pounds. However, TikTok remains adamant that the case is without merit and will fight it. The EU has adopted ambitious new targets to curb climate change with a pledge to make them legally binding. Under a new law agreed by member states and the EU Parliament, the bloc will cut carbon emissions by at least 55% by 2030 compared to 1990 levels. It seems that Facebook has a new line of audio features in the pipeline which will be released in the near future. These features include live audio rooms, Facebook's version of the popular app Clubhouse that enables people to listen and participate in live conversations. Soundbites, a feature that enables users to create and share short audio clips. And finally, a feature that allows users to listen to podcasts directly from the Facebook app. Taking yet another step to make space travel a possibility, SpaceX has secured a $2.89 billion NASA contract to build spacecraft that will land astronauts on the moon for the first time in 5 decades. The fixed-priced contract is a major vote of confidence for Elon Musk's rocket company, as the space agency is placing a large amount of responsibility for its cornerstone human spaceflight program known as Artemis on SpaceX. Wrapping things up, we look at the world of sport, and it is with great relief that we announce that Sri Lanka's legend Muthaiya Muralidharan, who underwent an angioplasty procedure in Chennai, India on the 18th of April, was discharged from the hospital the following day. The legend is expected to resume his duties mentoring Indian Premier League franchise team Sunrisers Hyderabad as soon as he sees fit. The Minister of Youth and Sport recently revealed that over 100 scholarships will be offered to athletes by the National Sports Council in the next 2 years. To this end, 59 players from different sports will be signed in the first round and 50 more players are expected to be signed in the second round. In addition, a special program to identify players has been implemented and schools based on sports will be introduced to enroll students. Five-time NBA champion and the fourth all-time leading scorer in NBA history, Kobe Bryant, will be inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame next month. He was elected last April in his first year of eligibility, just months after Bryant, his 13-year-old daughter Gianna, and 7 others were killed in a January 26th helicopter crash in Southern California. According to a statement released by Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame, Bryant's family selected arguably the sport's greatest player, Michael Jordan, to present him at the May 15th ceremony. And now we bring you an update from the recent happenings of the 14th Indian Premier League. Delhi Capitals cruised to a comfortable victory against defending champion Mumbai Indians on the 20th of April. Veteran Amit Mishra's fantastic spell of 4-24 ensured that the Mumbai Indians could only post a total of 137 for 9 for the Capitals to chase, with captain the hitman Rohit Sharma scoring 44 of 30 balls. The Capitals sit comfortably at second place in the points table, while the year's undefeated team Royal Challengers Bangalore remain at the top. And that's all the news we have for this week. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Thank you for watching and stay safe.